Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2018, the Unemployment Challenge, and I finished the entire season. Now, there's a few things we're going to have to discuss, which also includes what happened for the rest of the season and where we finished up in the table. There will be spoilers at some point, so I'm not going to even bother hiding half of this stuff. So let's be honest and go through the season, see what happens going on as we progress. After the game against Harrogate Town away from home, which you saw in the last video, we then went and hosted Steadybridge Celtic and only got a point against them. Disappointing game this. I felt we could have done better, but at the same time it's not the end of the world. But we did get a win against Chester in the next game. Chester, we seem to have their number every time this season, so very, very good, and I like it. But then we had a game against Gainsborough and lost by 3-1 despite taking the lead at 1 point, so disappointment there. And then we went to Southgate, took the lead there again, and lost 3-1 again. So, 2 defeats in a row. It's not very good for our chances. But then we had a good start of run of form. We managed to get a 1-0 against Spennymoor. We then managed to only draw against Telford, so it's not ideal, but we got a point here after coming from behind as well, so it could have been a lot worse. We then had a point against Newton. We came from behind again, but they had a player sent off, so maybe this is a bit disappointment. Then we managed to get a 3-1 win against Boston United, probably the best start we've had in a while. Admittedly, after the Harrogate game, I had a bit of a struggle. I couldn't figure out what tactic I wanted to use, and then this game came along, and I started realising, oh, this might be a good tactic. Then we went and had a game against Guiseley, we managed to beat them by a single goal to nil. Then we had a game against Stockport County. We came from 2-0 down to get a point here. Alex Dodd coming on from the bench to get the 2 goals. David Sawyer getting sent off in the 90th minute with 2 yellow cards. And then they had a player sent off minutes afterwards, so it could have been worse. Then we had a game against Kettering. We drew 0-0, disappointing there. We then went to Football Club United, and we managed to come from 1-0 down when they scored in the 84th minute and win 2-1 after Ben Hobbs scored in the 96th minute of the game after Galbraith managed to score a penalty in the 80th minute, so good stuff. Alsham we managed to beat 3-0, it was a simple game, and it's actually the first time that my loanee signing, Lewis McNell, managed to get a goal, so he had a good stint. 8 games with us, 5 starts, and a good number of goals. Then we went to Flyde, and we managed to beat them by 2-1. They got a goal back. It could have been worse. But this is a game that actually shifted the table. We managed to get top of the table at 1 point, so yay. Then the next game, we had the Blythe Spartans, and we managed to be beaten by 2-0. Disappointed with that, but I can't help but feel that was a problem we're going to have eventually. We had gone 10 games without defeat. Then we went and got held by Tamworth. I feel like we could have done better here. 2 strikers get injured, McNell and Iola both getting injured here. Then we went to Salford and got destroyed 4-1. Don't know what to make of that, really. Then we went and got beaten by Chorley. 3 defeats in 4 and only 1 point out of 12. We'd lost our chance of being top of the table here. Then we hosted Halfordton and managed to beat them 3-1. And that was it. We were in the playoffs, unfortunately. And, yeah, not ideal, but could have been worse. Then we had against Harrogate semi-final. We managed to beat them 3-1, and then Salford beat us in the playoff final. So, yeah, that's happened. And we finished second at the table. Best season for us so far as a manager. On a personal note, had most points in the season. But we failed to get the title by 2 points. Fly beat us in the end. That stint of 4 games without a win and 1 point in 4 destroyed it for us. We were top of the table until that moment in time, so definitely not ideal. Definitely not what we wanted to do either. And yeah, I feel we did worse in that regard. Ironically enough, we actually did better in the table, despite the fact we took less points. The fact we got less goals than last year, and our defence was only slightly better, so it wasn't ideal either. Salford were actually the better team, I think, overall, but we got more points than they did overall, so they probably deserved to go up. But I don't really care in the end. I just wanted to progress and go well. Harrogate managed to get to the playoffs, so good for them. But it's a shame for their point of view that they didn't get anything out of it. Steadybridge, Newton, and Leamington all relegated. The points against Newington and Sabre probably also hindered us, but it can't change that now. But that game, that run of form, that really bad stint here, right at the end of the season, when you don't want it, is what cost us so much. I think those 4 games, yes, Salford I can understand. Bly I can understand because they also won the playoffs, but Tamworth and Chorley? No, those are games we should be winning. And that is what cost us, I think, towards the end of the season. Yes, we did have a bit of a bad run of form in this part as well. We only managed to get 1 win in 5, but that's no excuse. I feel those 2 blips where we had just 1 win. If you add these 9 games together, we only had 1 win in 9. No, worse than that. We had 1 win in 10 games out of all this area and this area. Yeah, 1 win in 9 games in this area and that area. So, yeah, 1 win in 9, and it cost us in the end. The beginning of the calendar year and April cost us a chance to be champions. Could we do better? Yes, definitely. Could it be worse? Yes, definitely as well. We could have been further down the table. It's the best season we've had in terms of position, in terms of points, but I feel like we could have done more. We could have done so much more. However, as the season ended, we got some bits and pieces. The players inducted in the overall best 11. And yeah, best 11 this season was Iola with 12 goals, Hobbs with 12 goals, Caton with 12 goals. Ben Hobbs actually was the best player we had this season, and he's a regen. He's a regen, plays a child striker, even though his best position is a winger. And he definitely progressed and definitely has improved. And he's got a contract now with us until 2022, so he's with us for the next 3 years. Haha! Got him. I did also manage to get a player this season called Dave Witches, who is going to replace Bartlett, who is actually retiring this season. I'm so shocked at the whole idea that he's actually retiring, but I can't help but feel like we can't get much out of this. If we could get a contract, but yeah, he's not going to get any game time either, I feel, at the moment in time. So he's retired at the end of the season. We could have done better, could have done worse. Yeah, Iola got the sign of the season, despite the fact he's only 19 and actually wasn't the best rating. And Hobbs is actually the young player of the year and was the player of the season. So Ben Hobbs, my favourite player at the moment, honestly. He's very good. Sitting with you, when the season is expected to be amongst contention for the playoffs, and it achieves exactly that. The Quakers finished where many expected them to, spending most time at the top of the table and deviating a little from the course that helped them achieve what they had set out at the start of the season. Sky Sports News. Thank you, Sky Sports. Runners up in the league table. If you look at this position, 1, 2, 3, 4. We only spent 4 weeks outside the top 2 out of 42 weeks, so I think we definitely did a lot of good things here. We got beaten in the FA Cup by Flight. Ironically enough, they beat us at the title as well. And Kidderminster Harriers beats us in the FA Trophy. Ironically enough, they're being relegated, so we'll be facing it next year. Aha! Yay. Esbly up promoted though, so that's a surprise, as is Halifax. So 2 teams you wouldn't have expected to be promoted this season. Look at Tranmere, Leyton Orient, Hartlepool and Macclesfield, all up there. Accrington Stanley, York did well. They actually do as well as they did in their first season back in the this division. So definitely happy with that for them. So yeah, definitely good sign of things. And yeah, things happened. We want to get to the playoffs next season as well. And there's also good news, because I'm going to go through this, and the board have announced that due to good wage management, they've increased the percentage of transfer revenue able to be retained from the player sales of 40%. Okay. Then we turn professional. Darlington have turned professional under my leadership. Now, Darlington have announced that the club will go full-time with immediate effect. A spokesperson at Blackwell Meadows stated that becoming a fully professional outfit was a proud day for Darlington, and it marked another step in the National League North club search for success. In addition, the Darlington board have also increased the amount of staff you can hire. Okay, that's good. Hit by a tax bill. We're facing a tax bill of £28,000 over the upcoming financial year, based on the financial records of the past year. The estimate based on the club's taxable profits over the past year is around £430,000. Membership fee, £24,660,000 will be made in membership fees from the fans, so that's fine. Skeleton budget, £10,750. We've now also got the budgets, and this surprised me. Wage budget of £7,750 and a transfer budget of £55,095. So £55,950 in transfers. Okay. And the stadium's expanded again. This sounds a bit more bigger. It costs £72,000. And the capacity is going to be increased from 2,250 to 3,000. So, yay. The expansion work costing the £72,000 has to be carried out in order to comply with legal requirements. Okay, that's confusing. And it's expected that this expansion will take 6 months to complete. The ground's capacity will temporarily reduce as some parts of the stands will be closed during renovation. Okay, that's fine. And then Phil Turnbull decided he wants to move to a bigger club. And this is not good. He's one of my best players. Got 6 goals, 8 assists this year. He's one of my best players this year. I can't say anything more about him. I can't say how much I love the man and how well he's played for me. So the fact this guy, the best midfielder in the team, is leaving is not good. He's a good player, but I don't think he's going to be good enough to do that well either. Tried to talk to him, didn't work, and he still wants to leave. Oh yeah, Southampton won the FA Cup. Good on Southampton. I also won the Manager of the Year, so that's nice. FA Trophy saw Maidstone win it, so they got 10th place in the National Premier, and they won the FA Trophy, so good for them. Good for them. So yeah, let's look at this. Also, Malcolm Bradford also signed a new contract, so he's a left back that I was hoping to keep hold of. Also, yeah, profit of £275,000 in the last financial year, 22% of their turnover. And then the chairman wants to step aside. So yeah, that's happened. Also, apparently we want this guy, Scott Shepherd. Didn't know who he was before that came up, but he's actually a good player, so I might actually buy him. Maybe bring him in. I think he's a free player right now, free agent at the moment in time, so definitely can buy this guy, and I think we can do well with him. Also, all these players are out of contract this month. Josh is going to leave, so I can't keep him. He wants to go. I tried to look at him, and here we go. I'm not interested in doing contract discussions. I'm kind of unhappy with the club. Okay. Bartlett's also going to retire, so I can't really do that in this moment in time. And yeah, short-term plans on holiday. Retire from professional football. Okay. Apparently he has a poor relationship with me, which is annoying. I've also pretty much gave new contracts to all my staff members. I've also hired some new staff as well. I need to figure out who I want to bring in. I've already offered contracts to Sayers and Caton, but that's it. These 3 players are going. They want to leave. Collins, I don't know if I really want to keep hold of. He's not really as good as I'd hope he'd be this year. He's got an average of 6.61, and that's not good enough for a side like this that's trying to get promotion every year. Liam Mars, I just don't like anymore. I gave up on him this season because, yeah, he played 10 times for me, and while he did decently, I just lost faith in him. Gary Brown is a difficult one because he's 31. He is getting worse, but he was very vital for our title challenge this year. So I think I might have to let him go despite my reservations about letting him go. Harvey Saunders, I think I'm going to let go as well. He doesn't want to talk either, so that's impossible to do this. Gelbright, good player, but is also struggling. He was actually the best player in defence, I think, this season that we had. But the question is, do I want to keep hold of him? And the thing is, while he's decent, I don't think he would be good enough overall. And even my coaches recommend against giving him a new contract. And I don't want to pay £400 for someone who will only be a backup player at best. So, yeah, I got a problem with that at the moment. Reece Taylor, if I'm going to give him contracts, he'll be wanting a lot of money, and I don't think I really feel like I can justify giving him a new contract. Mason, I can't really justify either. I don't think I can justify Joseph Gray at this point either. And I don't think I can justify those young youth players coming in. Also, Mick Dempsey's officially agreed terms with us to be a sports scientist. So, yay, we've got a sports scientist now. And then Joe Cook has retired from hands-on and was the chairman. He's held that since 2015. He's left. And we had takeover talks. So, we then have a local investor called Lee Locke looking to wipe out the debts if he becomes chairman. Fine. We got about £55,000 in debt due to the stadium works, and pretty much next day, takeover was completed. Yay! So thank you for the patience during what has undoubtedly been a stressful time for those involved in the club. He's confirmed that the board managed to secure the club's immediate future by negotiating a deal to restructure the existing debt into a long-term loan. So 56.7k has been taken out to help with the pre-existing debts and aid the day-to-day running of the club. Okay. Managing director David Johnson has left the club following the takeover. His replacement will the new board be director Glenn Gardner. The new board like to point out that they will only judge you on transfers and matches starting from the date they took over as well. So yeah, we also cut the ties of Sunderland, which I thought was surprising, and the transfer embargo has been lifted. Yay. And then they offered proposed talks. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, it's exciting times for me to be part of this situation, and plus is what I want to achieve at least. Do I want to stay at Darlington? Because I had offers, had interviews with Gillingham, Rochdale and Oldham. I better look at League 1 actually, just to be on the safe side, but I had offers from those 3 teams in League 1. The question is, did I want to stay? None of those teams got relegated though, so Gillingham survived, Rochdale survived, as did Oldham. So all 3 teams that offered me interviews survived in the end, in the bottom half of the table. Right now though, I have to ask myself, do I want to leave? And if so, who could I take over? Because I'm looking at the job centres and security and all that stuff. There's numerous of jobs that are currently free. I won't go for these big ones because that's impossible to go to, my current reputation not being as good as it is. But Forest Green is available. Now, I don't know if I want to go for Forest Green or if I should wait. So I'm going to ask for your opinion. 1, should I sign a new deal at Darlington? Because Darlington, I've got a safe job here. I can stay here for life as far as they are concerned right now. And 2, if not, where do I go from here? Do I go to Scotland? Do I try and go to League 2 with Forest Green, who are currently survived this year in League 2, but I'm not sure how many points. They survived League 2 by about 9 points, so they probably able to survive there. But do I want to go to a team in League 2, or do I want to take Darlington, who are now professional, up to the Vanarama Premier League? That's my question right now, and I don't know what I want to do here. So, yeah. I've got an interesting situation for myself. Where do I go from here, and how can I go ahead and do this and justify doing this? Because, for me, there's a lot of interesting things that can happen. I want to see where we can go from here, and what we can justify doing as of this moment in time. Because there's so many things you could justify, I just don't know what I can justify right now. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Man United won the league title 2 is running, by the way, just so you know. And, yeah, I want to see what happens. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you don't mind this format that I'm doing with this series now. I felt it was easier to just do all the games in the background and just do it that way. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Hope you'll like and share this video, and that you subscribe to my channel. It really does help me a lot. And that you'll come back next time. So anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.